Isa, and today we're going to new language called Lua. So, anyways, the first thing we need to do is to install Lua. So, I'm going to open up a terminal. So, to install Lua, let's sudo whatever package manager you're using. So, pacman, say sy Lua. So that should install Lua. But I already have it installed, so I don't need this command. So, anyways, next thing we have to do is install the IDE we want to use. So the IDE that I'm going to use is Neo. It's called NeoVim. So, install that. Let's install pacman s NeoVim. So then to run NeoVim, we want the nvim command. So let me just run it. Okay, before I run it, I'm going to cd into documents. And I'm going to cd into another folder I made called Lua Tutorials. So for the ls, so that. So let's just say nvim introduction.lua. So now it's opened a new file. So now in NeoVim, so if you want to write text, so currently if you write text it doesn't do anything. So you have to write I. So to go to insert mode, in insert mode you can write text. You can just say print. So use print to print out text. So now let me press ESC to go back to insert mode, and then just write the colon and save. And then you have the file. So introduction dot Lua. So now if you want to run the file, so to run the file, I'm just going to cd into that place. So I'm going to say Lua introduction.lua. Now it prints out the text. I'm just going to say clear and introduction.lua. So it's going to clear out the screen before it displays, the tutorial. So always, we'll just maximize it. So next thing we're going to learn is variables. But to make a variable, you have to type in the variable's name, an equal sign, and the variable's content. There are three types of variables. Well, there are three fundamental types of variables. The first one, is a string. So I'm just going to make a tag which says string. So the tag doesn't actually affect your code. You just, some piece of text. It doesn't do anything. So to make a tag, you write these two dashes. And to make a multi-line tag, you write these two brackets. And you end the multi-line tag with these two brackets. So we're going to make a variable called name. So in strings, I put 2 quotation marks. It could be double quotation marks or single quotation marks. So you can. I'm just gonna make them single quotation marks. So this type is called a string. This type is called a string. So like this is a string. This hello world is a string. So now if you want to print out a variable, just say instead, so if you want to join a string with another string, write dot dot. So hello dot name. So now let me just save it. Notice that there has to be a space in between them. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to add a space in here. So I'm going to resave it. Notice that. So anyways, the other type of variable is an integer, int. So it's just called int. So I'm going to say age equal to, so an integer is just any number. So it can be any number, and it can be addition or subtraction or any of those mathematical operators. So if I say 4 plus 5, so let me just tag this out. Let's say print age. So if I save it, it says 4 plus 5. And next one is the boolean, or just called bool. So the bool is either true or false. That's it. So I'm going to say make a boolean called isn't male. And say equal to true. Male is equal to true. So I'm going to say print is male. So I'm going to resave it. It says true. Well, but if we try to join the is male, which is a boolean, with the name, which is a string, it's not going to work. So print name dot is male, and we save it. We run it. It's going to show an error. So that error is saying that we're trying to join a string with a boolean. If we try it with an integer, so let's say we try it with the age variable, it's not going to show any errors. And the reason for this is because, well, if you join a string with an integer, convert the integer to a string using the string method, just to the string function. So if we wanted to print, a string named the boolean, we'll have to use this toString function. The toString is male. So it just converts whatever is inside of it into a string. So anyways, if I save it again and run it, it shows what was expected. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, can leave a like and subscribe. So bye. Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to continue our Lua tutorials. So today we're going to learn how to use functions in Lua. So I'm just open up a terminal. So what's the right Vim, and then I'm going to I'm just going to write Vim. The first thing I'm going to do is save the file as functions.lua. So here we'll just write code. So to create a function, to write function, I'm going to say function print. I'm going to say function greet. So you have to put these parentheses. So we'll just say print hello. And then to end off the function, we write end. So let me just run the greet function. Then let's resave the file. So I'm just open up another terminal where I'm going to be running the code. So I'm going to say Lua functions.lua. So now it shows that. So anyways, so the next thing we're going to do is so next thing we're going to do is so if we put the function in the variable, we'll first say h equal to greet. You can always h instead of greet. Next one do the same thing. So next thing we want to learn about is return values. So in functions, there are these things called return values. So if we want to add in a return value, write return. Then we want it to return. So like this. And if I just write the greet function, it's still going to say the same thing. So let me just tag this out. So if I save it, it's going to show nothing. So, but if we write print greet, I'm going to show what we put into the return value. So that's pretty much how return values work. So if I say something like name, and if I put the name variable, it should show the same thing. So let me just tag all of this out. So anyways, next thing we're going to do. So next thing we're going to learn about is parameters. If you say that Greek's name is a parameter. So let me just tag out this return statement. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to say return hello, and then I'm going to join it with the name variable. So we have to run the greet function. So let me just tag this out. So name was greet, and it's gonna. So we're gonna name this greeting. So the reason it shows that is because we need to add the name parameter to it. So let me just write this. Now let's write that. So next we're gonna use multiple parameters. So let me make a new parameter called age. Then we're doing with each parameter. So let me put something there. So since the name parameter is first in the function definition, we have to put the name parameter first whenever we want to use the function. It's the same thing with the age parameter. So let me just add this. There, so now it shows that. So anyways, we're going to create another function. So this function is going to be called add. To have two parameters. First, it's going to have two parameters. First, num, and second, num. So I'm going to say result is equal to first num plus second num. And I'm going to say return result. So I'm going to end that function with an end statement. So let me just tag all of these out. So now if I say num is equal to add 4, 5, and I print num. Wait, so this it says 9. So let me just I'm just going here. So let me write the number is, and then I want to join it with the number. Now it says the number is 9. So anyways, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, so leave a like and subscribe. So bye. Hi guys, I am Isa, and today we're going to continue our Lua tutorials. So today we're going to learn how to do user input in Lua. So right now I have VS Code opened. So if you want to use Lua if you want to use VS Code to code in Lua, you want to install this Lua extension. So just search for Lua, and this should be the first result. So anyways, before we get into the inputs, I just want to show you the difference between print and io.write. So if I write print, hello, and I write another one, and I run the Lua file, there's going to be a line. So after it prints this hello, it's going to make a new line that prints that hello. But if we use io.write, so let me just replace all of these with io.write. There's not going to be new lines, so everything's going to be on the same line. So we're going to use that for our inputs. So anyways, I'm going to say io.write. What is your name? So I'm going to say name is equal to io.read. So io.read is just used to get user input. So now if I want to go user input.lua, it says what is your name, so I could write something. So when it does nothing, but what it's doing is it's actually storing the data. Let me just write the local name. So what local does is that, well, if we try to access the variable anywhere else, like if we actually try accessing the function, it's not gonna work. So anyways, I will just say print your name is, and I'm going to join that with the name. That says that. So anyways, the next thing that we're going to do is to put all this code into a function. We're going to say function get name, so in this get name function, I'm going to say io.write. What is your name? And let's say local name. Actually, just want to say local name is equal to io.read. So I'm going to just tag out this. I want to say return name. So now I'm going to say local name is equal to get name. So now it does the same thing. So let me add a parameter called Q. Actually, I'm going to call it question. I'm going to change this from get name to get input. So instead of writing what is your name, it's going to write question. So that's going to be it. So I'm just going to replace this with get input. So the question is going to be, what is your name? So I'm also going to join the question with this colon. Now if I want to get it, so what is your name? So it's still working. So I'm going to make another variable. Age is equal to get input. What is your age? So it just says that. So I'm going to add another string. It says your age is, and I'm going to join that with the age variable. So I'm just add a few more. Like I'll make another variable, local. I'm going to say local school. So we'll do get input. What is your school? So I'm going to add that as well. So now, if I do it again, so now it chose the correct thing. So now let me just tag out all of these. So let me just make a simple calculator. I'm going to say num1 is equal to get input. What is the first number? So I'm going to use the toNumber function on it. So we're just going to turn the string into a number. And I'll just say num2. I'm just going to put local in it. So I'm going to say local num2 is equal to number. Get input. What is the second number? So and I'm going to say local result is equal to num1 plus num2. I'm going to say print num1 plus num2 equals result. So if I say like 5, the number will be 8. It says 5 plus 8 is equal to 13.